30 years is a long time, long enough for the world to move on and forget who you were. Frank Lawson, aged 54, wakes up in a creaky trailer, coughing into his calloused hands. The clock reads 5:15 a.m. He makes cheap coffee, stares blankly at the cracked mirror, and then folds a tattered photo. His younger self beside a cherry red 1967 Mustang Fastback. At the gas station, he works the night shift. People avoid eye contact. One teenager calls him Felon Frank under his breath. Frank ignores it, his body tired, his soul quieter. But one night, after a customer tosses him a "you should have stayed inside" kind of look, Frank pulls out the photo and whispers, "I wasn't always like this." Frank arrives looking for a battery. While walking past old Chevys and Dodges, something catches his eye, a shape beneath a torn tarp covered in leaves and moss. He yanks the tarp off and freezes. The Mustang. Its red paint faded to pink, its wheels sunken into the dirt, a nest of birds in the hood. But it's hers, the same dent on the door, same broken radio antenna. The junkyard owner, a gruff man named Willie, walks over. "That one's been here since Clinton was president. Yours for $300 if you tow it." Frank's voice cracks. "It was mine before it died. Like me." He pays with crumpled bills and tows it home that night, staring into the rear-view mirror the whole drive. Tyler, 21, is clever, obsessed with vintage rally cars, and has oil-stained fingernails. While refueling his Project Civic at Frank's gas station, he sees the Mustang being unloaded. His eyes light up. The next day, he returns. "That a 67 Fastback? You rebuilding it?" Frank grunts. "Trying to." Tyler nods. "If you need a hand, I'm your guy. For free." Frank's instinct says no. But something in Tyler's face, a mixture of respect and youthful hunger, changes his mind. "Don't touch anything unless I tell you." A restoration montage begins, Tyler recording video logs. Day 3, trying to remove the rusted manifolds. Frank says it's like surgery with a hammer. Frank showing Tyler how to manually rebore a carburetor. Long hours degreasing the engine block together. Tyler sneaking in a lithium-ion battery, Frank replacing it with an original type, grumbling about authenticity. Dialogues grow deeper. Tyler, "You really raced?" Frank, "Used to. Before I messed up real bad." Frank opens up, bit by bit, about races in Memphis, about a girl he lost, and about the night he got desperate and stupid. Tyler, watching him one night, says, "You're not the only one who got left behind." They rebuild not just the car, but a quiet kind of father-son trust. While cleaning out the glove box, Tyler finds an envelope, yellowed and sealed. He hands it to Frank, who stares at the handwriting. It's from his mother, written while he was awaiting trial in '93. The letter reads, "You may have lost your freedom, but not your worth. The world will try to convince you you're broken, but I know better. Fix the car. Fix your heart." Frank silently sobs, hand gripping the steering wheel. The next day, Frank visits the courthouse archive, retrieving a photo of himself and the Mustang in a street race win. He hangs it on his garage wall. He no longer avoids mirrors. Frank and Tyler walk the track. Frank remembers every curve, every crash. They stop near turn 3. "This is where I lost it all," Frank says. "No," Tyler replies. "This is where we restart." Frank closes his eyes, imagining the crowd, the engine roar, the glory, and the fear, then opens them to see the Mustang parked in the distance, restored, waiting. Tyler has registered the Mustang without telling Frank. When they arrive, Frank nearly leaves. "I don't belong here." Tyler, "Yes, you do, and so does she." The crowd hushes as the cherry red Mustang rolls in. Old racers recognize it. "Isn't that?" Frank gives a small nod and starts the engine. The car doesn't win, but Frank gets a standing ovation. A teenage girl asks for a photo. An old man says, "Welcome back, brother." Frank and Tyler go for a drive. The Mustang hums, not screams. The road stretches like a second chance. Frank speaks, "I spent 3 decades thinking my story ended in a cell, but maybe it just took a pause." The wind through the window, the sunset bleeding across the hood, fade to black. Frank's backyard, now cleaned up. A new sign hangs, "Second Chance Garage." Tyler's GoPro footage becomes a short YouTube documentary. Comments flood in, "Reminds me of my dad's El Camino. Cried when he read that letter. Subscribed. This is the kind of content the internet needs." The last shot, a close-up of the Mustang's engine bay, pristine. Then the plaque, 1967 Mustang Fastback, rebuilt with forgiveness. Tyler's voiceover closes. "Some people say machines don't have souls, but sometimes they're the only way we find ours again.